Welcome to the podcast. It's Ryder and Lisa, and we're going to talk about hair. You're going to start with something I'm not that interested in, and then I'm going to go into something that you're not that interested in.
Fine. So I saw this video of how to finally embrace your curly hair. I mean, the hair straightener was invented when I started getting into fashion. I was in junior high, so everybody else was straightening their hair, so I started straightening my hair. And then I just continued to do that until recently when other people have been posting online that like, no, embrace your curls. Mm-hmm. So I do this thing, I saw it on TikTok, where you pour a big bowl of cold water after you've already washed your hair and you dunk your head under the water 3 times in a row. And when you pull out your hair, you scrunch it towards your scalp upside down, but with product in.
This sounds really hard to do. Be careful you don't slip in the tub.
Yeah, so you do that and then you don't dry your hair with a towel. We're not doing that anymore, okay? You got to dry your hair with t-shirts now because then your hair's not frizzy and it goes into its natural form really well. So what do you think? Who do I remind you of today with this natural?
Shakira.
Thank you. That was my goal.
Your hair looks amazing today. I would go with that. Like if it's the same amount of work to do what you did for this hair as it would be for straight hair, I would make this your regular.
Yeah, this took less work. I didn't have to use any drying products either.
It's amazing when things happen where you can just you make transitions in your life that are easier and better.
If you're
That's a good combo.
Yeah, if you're listening right now and you want a tutorial on what I did, I can send you the video that taught me how to do it. Just hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or wherever.
Okay, so now my turn for hair chat.
Please.
I'm getting rid of the old mustache as November has come and gone. Here I am, ready to be disappointed again when I shave.
Why are you going to be disappointed?
Because how few hairs are actually on my lip. Like, I think that I'm going to shave and there'll be this, like, Burt Reynolds sink full of beautiful hair, and there's, like, 26 hairs.
Right.
I've counted them. That's exactly how many there are.
That's great for your roommates, though. There's nothing worse than going into a bathroom and finding someone else's hair everywhere. It's sick.
Yeah, they're also kind of the length of things that you'd be disturbed by.
Yeah, I always wonder that when I'm like going to the bathroom and there's a hair. I'm like,
what is it?
What body part is this
Where
from?
Is it from? Yeah, especially what's with on toilet seats.
How did it get there?
How is there like some kind of magnet for hair on toilet seats, especially at work?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you pulling down your underwear so fast that you're ripping out pubic hair?
I will say, ripping out pubic hair. I will say sometimes my hair, I find it in my butt crack because
your back hair?
No, not my back hair.
Oh, I thought you meant like your back hair's long enough that it droops into your...
Gross. I don't have back hair. But no, hair from my head will fall out and it like lands in between my butt cheeks. Like it's like twisted up on my thong. It's so weird.
That is super strange.
I know.
So like it goes underneath your shirt maybe?
No, I think it goes like down my back over top my shirt, but like into my pants. I don't know. It's so weird. So if you are using a bathroom that I just came out of and you find a really long hair, it is not my pubes.
Okay. Question. Is there a chance that this is happening with your thong because you wear it so high out of your pants?
I don't pull my thong up, but a lot of my girlfriends stopped wearing thongs. I think I'm the only person that still wears them. I think they're way comfier than full butt panties or the sweetheart panties. That's just me though.
So all your friends are on like booty shorts now?
I think so, yeah. The sweethearts.
They're hot.
They are hot, but I don't think they're comfortable. I think they give me more of a wedgie than a thong does. The thong just kind of sits there, full of hair.
Gross.
Maybe that's what pads it down.
Nasty. Okay, well, yeah, today's a gross episode, I'll be honest. We talked about some pretty strange stuff. Hope you enjoy some of our favorite moments from it, including the worst 7 smells. And after this conversation, man, I wouldn't listen either. Okay, bye.
No, we're real, Ryder.
Okay, real gross.
This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai. Check out the Southtown Hyundai Advantage at southtownhyundai.ca.
Time for Overrated, Underrated with Ryder and Lisa.
Overrated, being in bed for extended amounts of time. You think it sounds awesome, but I went to bed at 3 p.m. yesterday and woke up this morning and like my back hurts.
Yeah, that's like bed sore length.
Yeah, I honestly think I have some. Like my whole back feels so stiff and like my chest feels sore because I was laying on my side and I'm like decently well endowed. So like the pressure of my one boob, like when you're laying on your side, it can start to like put pressure on your chest. It's a thing. So the reason I went to bed so early is because I did have a migraine. I'm feeling so much better right now. But, oh man, I wish I was up and doing things last night, moving around. What are you Googling over there?
Well, I just had never heard a woman use well endowed before, so I was.
Can't you use it for as a woman?
I was checking to see what the definition is, and it's a man having a large unit, and then it also says a woman having large breasts.
Thank you. So I knew it was right.
Just
Thanks for doubting me.
Well, I was just making sure. I didn't want you to have told everybody that you have a.
Right.
That is great that you're feeling better. I'm sorry that you're sore. That was a long haul. Your migraines are awful.
You do think like so? There's probably people listening that work really long shifts that would give anything to lay down for that long.
13 hours, yeah.
But man, my back. Or
Okay.
I at least need one of those devices that you like shove in between your boobs. Have you heard of those? Case stop.
Yeah, actually.
No,
what?
You know what? It's like a thing. It's like a mini pillow.
Oh, okay.
So when you lay on your side, they don't move.
Right.
Anyway, let's move on.
I'm going to say underrated today, and it's the lists that come out every year of like what men in their 40s want, or what women named Lisa want, or like they've gotten
Right.
so specific now. So what to buy the man that has everything, I believe, was the list I came across.
Okay, what kind of things are on this list?
Amazing stuff. Like there was a dope waffle maker that like looked just super fun.
Yeah, you think you're going to use a waffle maker.
Yeah, but it's not about if you're going to use it. It's about if you're excited when you open it. Plus,
Okay, but that's a waste.
Then you'd get some great waffles on Christmas Day. Well, you're not buying for you.
Get Eggos.
Okay, they also had get some Wagyu steak, which is like the
What's that?
top kind of steak you can get.
What's a Wagyu? Is that an animal I've never heard of?
No, it's a type of cow.
Just kidding.
It's just their fat is really marbled throughout the steak, and it's super expensive.
Okay, that is something that I've learned about steak. The more marbled it looks, the better it tastes.
Right. Totally.
Cool.
And like a Peloton was on there. They just had some really good suggestions. They even had really expensive stuff, like an electric motorbike.
If somebody wraps some steak under the tree, though, if you got a dog,
Yeah, no, you'd have to keep that in the fridge or something.
get a gift card.
I just checked what to buy a woman in her 30s this year. This boob pillow seems interesting. No. But
I
actually,
actually do need one, though. If anybody
Like-
finds one.
there's a bunch of stuff here that you would be over the moon with. A
Okay.
stylish mini fridge that goes beside your bed. Have you even heard of one of these before?
What do you mean by stylish?
Like it
Just a
doesn't
cool
look
color?
like a fridge. It doesn't have like the Oilers logo on the side of it. Like a lot of mini fridges. It's like silver. It's small. It would only fit probably like 6 bottles of water and like a snack. But so
Ooh.
smart.
snack. I'm already trying to picture what I would put in there. Some meats and cheese.
A Ninja hot and iced coffee maker is a suggestion. Like, I know you'd love that. I'm like, yes, this is all the stuff that you would put on your shopping list. So I would just say underrated. Go and check those out if you're having a rough time shopping for somebody.
Where do you find it?
Just Google, like, list of things that,
Blank.
yeah, fill in the blank as somebody you're shopping for.
Okay.
I'm going to do my kids next and just say, like, what does a 9-year-old want in 2021? And then buy some stuff. Yesterday, we counted down the best face punch smells. So it's when you like walk into a place, you're not really expecting it. All of a sudden, poof.
Yeah.
Smells amazing. Number 1 was walking into a hotel lobby and smelling the chlorine from the pool and just knowing you're about to have a lit time, mainly when you were younger, but still.
Yeah, and the whole reason we brought it up was because I brought banana bread to work yesterday, and when I opened the container, the smell of fresh banana bread punched me in the face, and I was like, wow, I love that. And then I closed the container and I opened it again. I was like, hit me again. So, and a lot of people were texting in saying face punch smells that weren't good. But no, we were focusing on good smells. So today is the day that we're counting down the top 7 worst face punch smells.
Number 7, we have Plaque Balls. I put on the list. Plaque Balls.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is that?
You don't,
Out of your mouth?
where you're like, you feel something in your mouth and like you pull it out. It only happens, I'd say, once a year. And it's just like a little ball and it stinks.
No, sorry. I actually know how to brush my teeth. Moving on.
No,
What's number 6?
I just need confirmation that some other people know what plaque balls are.
I think it's just you, man. Get some floss. I'm getting you one of those
I take
water
very
picks
good care
for Christmas.
of my teeth.
Well, actually, I'm just I'm calling about the plaque balls.
Yeah.
I think you've got tonsil stones.
What are tonsil stones? I've never heard of that.
Well, it's like a growth on your tonsil that will release time to time, and it does smell really bad. And it's just kind of a normal thing. Lots of people have it. You can kind of flush them out with some like warm salt water. You can get a syringe back there, but yeah, that's what's going on.
Gross.
Ew.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so much for letting us know what the heck is going on.
No, it's not that strange. And they're so rare. I'm serious when I say like once a year.
Well, yeah, for sure. But you should gargle like with salt water also, or mouth rinse or whatever. That'll help loosen it up.
You should swallow some gasoline or something.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it.
Much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so as I'm digging a little deeper, it's like food that gets lodged in your tonsil and then calcifies.
Okay, so it's very nice to see that you're not alone. There are so many texts rolling in from people saying that they've also had tonsil stones. Is that what they're called?
Thanks for the support.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Number 6, a full and dirty dishwasher, especially when for whatever reason it's like warm.
I kind of like it.
Oh, like when there's dirty plates in it?
Yeah, because then I'm like, oh yeah, I had lasagna yesterday.
No, that's nasty.
Okay, so you need to help us compile this list.
Number 5, we have opening a cooked broccoli container.
Okay, so we're not opening up a vegetable tray with rotting broccoli in the same category?
That was an honorable mention. This is specifically cooked broccoli leftovers. Just boof, right in the face.
Again, we're counting down the top 7 worst face punch smells.
4, we have server feet.
Okay, I was a server for years, and I can let you know firsthand. I would get home and soak my feet in the bathtub with soap, and like I'd have to wash them 4 to 5 times before the smell was like kind of gone. I'd have to pack like foot spray if I was going to someone's house after. It's such an embarrassing smell, but it's inevitable. You get server feet. And I remember mentioning it once in the staff area to a coworker. I was like, how do you keep your feet from stinking? And she looked me up and down and said, I wear socks.
That's a good answer.
I do wear socks, though. Sorry, I work harder than you, is what I should have said. Just thinking about it now, 10 years later. Shoot.
So close. Number 3, we have someone else's hockey equipment.
Yeah.
Like your own brand, it's kind of not that bad. But like someone else's hockey equipment, ugh.
Do you like your own brand?
No, but it's just not bad.
Okay.
For some reason, it just doesn't. It smells likely very similar to somebody else's, but it's just weird.
I find it very interesting that it's on our list today because yesterday when we counted down the top 7 best face punch smells, Hockey Arena was on the list.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the ice, I think, and the like coffee and the rink burgers. Number 2, we have rotating or changing your piercing.
This is why we don't suck on each other's ears, okay? I've been saying this for years. We do not do that during foreplay. That is not a thing if they have piercings because it is ratchet. It is the most disgusting smell. It smells like moldy cheese. Ugh. No licking earrings, okay?
I'm actually excited for this to be over. So let's get to number 1. It's a drive-by fart. Like
what?
A drive-by.
What's a drive-by fart?
It's
what is that?
When you're like out with some friends and then there's a random one.
Oh, like when you're in a busy bar and then all of a sudden somebody is
crop dusting.
I'm always the person that goes, "Who farted?"
Yeah.
I'll say it. I don't care.
Yeah. So that's the number 1. We had some other great honorable mentions. Outhouses didn't make the list, which is surprising.
A lot of our listeners work out a lot and drink a lot of protein powder because apparently a leftover protein shaker with week-old protein in it was mentioned a lot on our text line.
So that probably should have made the list. I need to drink more protein shakes.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, thank you for all the suggestions. I'm actually quite grossed out right now.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking out the show. So you had a pretty bad migraine yesterday. You're an advocate for sharing as much as you can about your migraines and just really showing the world how common they are, normalizing them.
Yeah, well, it is a very debilitating disease. And a lot of people don't think of it as that if they've never had one. In their mind, they're like, oh, it's just like a headache. Take an Advil and live your life. That's not how it works. Mm-hmm. So especially if you get chronic migraines, which I'm very fortunate to say I don't. When they diagnose chronic migraines, you have to be getting them at least 15 times a month.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I can't imagine. I actually
yours last for anywhere from like 12 to 24 hours, sometimes more?
Sometimes more. So mine, actually, I started getting my aura on Monday at noon. And then I took one of my drugs at 2 p.m. that day, and I think that was too late because it obviously didn't work.
Crystal meth, is that?
No.
Oh.
Maxalt. It's a rizatriptan, so it's like a blood thinner kind of. And
sure.
It's supposed to help. But so it didn't work. So I've had it since noon on Monday, and it just kind of went away in the middle of the night last night. It's kind of lingering. It's more of a migraine hangover at this point.
Okay.
Where it's almost like I have a headache from the headache. It's really strange.
And like you have some friends that suffer from migraines a lot, and it's just awful. Like,
yeah, one of my really close girlfriends gets them. She gets chronic migraines to the point where I just know that if I text her and she doesn't respond for a couple weeks, it's because she's down and out.
whoa.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Awful.
Yeah.
I've seen you go through it now for a lot of years, and yeah, it's absolutely horrendous, the pain you're going through. I remember when we locked you into to full-time on the show here.
Which I was working towards for, I think, 10 months. I was just coming in casually every once in a while to co-host the show.
And when we finally got to make the announcement that you were getting full-time, you weren't all as excited as I thought you would be. And then, like, the next day, I'm like, what happened there? Like, she was... And I didn't realize, but you were having a migraine, and like you were just trying to tough it out. But it really changes your personality.
No, genuinely, it does. Like, I have to apologize to people when I do have them, and if I do have to go out and about and do things, I warn them, like, I might seem less happy than I am. I'm just trying to get, like you said, trying to get through it. My eyes will change shape as well. Like, they droop down a bit as well. It's interesting. Now, I think I figured out what triggered this one, and it's very upsetting. Because I still haven't figured out what my triggers are. Like, I get them from pretty much everything.
Well, yeah, you just don't know. Like, it can be a change in the, like, pressure of the weather.
Yep.
That's a bad one that we've noticed.
I get hormonal ones as well. Like, a week before my cycle, I'll get a migraine if I'm in a hot tub for too long. There's just a lot of things.
If I'm being way too hilarious.
Or annoying.
And, like, the blood rushes to your head, yeah.
But no, I ate so much bread, and then I got a migraine, and now I'm scared that I can't be having...
bread.
The thing I love the most.
Like, that's your number one.
So I made my first ever focaccia bread, and it actually turned out pretty decent. And if you know me and you listen to our show, I am not a good cook. So I was very proud. So I ate the whole thing, like, naturally. And then I had pasta.
With it, as you do with focaccia.
And then I made banana bread.
And had that for dessert. Yeah, so it was a very bready day.
I just can't believe if that is a trigger, I hate it.
You're going to have to change your rap name from Lil Yeasty.
Yeasty Leasy.
Yeah, you won't be able to use that anymore.
It got me thinking, like, maybe there's people listening that have been in this similar boat before, where maybe your doctor told you have to lay off of something that you would love.
That's like your favorite thing.
Favorite thing.
Sure. So hit us up with yours, so Lisa feels a little better if she has to give up bread. What did you have to give up?
Yeah.
And I mean, I had to give up cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like my
them.
favorite. That's a bit different.
Joey texted in saying, I'm at risk of getting hemorrhoids whenever I eat pizza. I had to give it up because my lactose intolerance is getting very bad as I get older. And I'm guaranteed to get a little hemi.
Well, I shortened it myself. Joey didn't say it like that, but it sucks. I haven't eaten pizza for almost 3 months. Sadness.
That's tough.
That is so hard, Joey.
We got one text about red wine and sweets.
So red wine and anything that's a sugary candy triggers Jordan's migraines to the point where she's laying on the floor of her dark bathroom for 2 days straight.
Like, I wonder how many times you're like, maybe this time I'll take a run at this red wine again. Like, I think you'd got, especially if it's 2 days worth.
All of my close girlfriends love red wine. They drink it all the time. I don't even touch the stuff because it's just not worth it.
It messes with your head so bad, yeah?
Julie wrote in saying everything with gluten I had to give up, diagnosed with celiac disease about 4 years ago. That's so hard.
Yeah, it's really tricky to change, like, something, especially when you look at it and it's not that bad for you. You're like, why is this so bad for me when it tastes good and it's healthy for other people? Like, one for me,
fair.
Kimchi absolutely destroys me, and I love it.
Now, if it's in front of you, do you still indulge, even though you know you're going to be paying for it later? So what exactly
a little
happens?
bit. But like, I used to get the like Costco sized jugs of it, and I would just like sit down with chopsticks and just eat kimchi for 20 minutes.
So you had no control.
No.
You knew you'd be paying.
And then it's something about the fermented food for me that, and I think it's why that holistic healer that I went to said something about pickles and my gallbladder as well. It's just the ferment, and that's liquor too, really. Most of liquor is created by fermentation. So there's a few things I should probably be avoiding more than I do. But
there's like a famous saying, hot girls have IBS. And it's so true because, like, can't stop, won't stop.
Right. Hey, what's up?
Hi, I was just listening to the migraines, and I actually can relate to this topic so much. I had to give up cheddar cheese, actually.
Just cheddar specifically?
Just cheddar. There's an amino acid in cheddar cheese that I can't have.
And that was triggering your migraines.
Yeah, so I actually ended up writing a food journal and like food, weather, all of that. And it found out the next day I would get a migraine from cheddar cheese. But I also find that it comes in threes. So if it's weather, my cycle, and then I eat something or have too much caffeine, then it usually triggers it.
Whoa.
If you get migraines from hormones, I gave up eating meat probably 80%, especially around that time because the hormones in meat would trigger it too.
Thank you for the call, Amy. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's some really good information.
I'm definitely going to be implementing that, especially around the cycle, like no meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very alarming to see how many people are writing into our show saying they had to give up coffee. They had to give up caffeine, and it could be because of bowel problems or because of anxiety alone.
Right.
Because it can definitely amp that up.
Yeah.
With your heart rate going up.
And as much as like we're talking about how sad it is having to give stuff up, when you do realize something like that, like let's say coffee and getting off of it helps your anxiety problem, it's so worth it in other facets of your life.
Yeah,
right?
just find something else that can bring you joy. It won't be as joyous, but
my brother's like personality is coffee. He has like a extreme machine that he ordered from Italy and spent way too much on. And like that's his thing, and he found out it just messed with his stomach too much, and so he's had to like
like when you don't know who you are anymore, you're like,
who am I? Yeah, he has this machine that he can use like once a day now, and like sip on a decaf. Poor guy.
Oh, that is so grim.
Ryder and Lisa.
Brought to you by Southtown Hyundai.
Play 107.